Sukhmani literally means pearl of peace. Over 400 years ago, Guru Arjun Dev Ji wrote this beautiful composition to reveal to us the path to everlasting peace and happiness. If we think back to the time of Guruji, how much uncertainty there was. People often struggled with starvation, infectious disease, constant wars, and many had difficulties in achieving the basic necessities of life. If we are struggling to survive physically, how many of us would be concerned with peace of mind? However, Guruji, being far ahead of his time, recognized that even if our basic needs are met, we will still be lost in misery. This may not be clear to someone who is struggling. There is the illusion that if a certain level of wealth could be achieved, then happiness will be within our grasp. However, for those who are increasingly wealthy in a material sense, they find that happiness slips further and further away. Even if material wealth is accompanied by fame, a loving family, or other worldly blessings, sooner or later the mind defaults to its patterns of sadness and misery. Often, in such a state, the sadness or misery is even deeper. There is added guilt of being miserable despite so many apparent blessings. And additionally, the idea that more material wealth will bring happiness has been shattered. For such a mind, which is in essence the modern mind in most societies, Sukhmani Sahib is like a medicine. Guruji, like a doctor, diagnoses our problem: constant misery due to attachment to transient, time-bound objects. These objects may change throughout life. Early on, it is the mother's milk and toys. Later on, it becomes friends, then family, wealth, honor. The constant is the mind, which remains restless in its attachments. Believing them to be the source of happiness, the mind struggles for more security, but finds itself increasingly in the grasp of fear. There are transient pleasures, but the cost of these pleasures is the fear of loss, and the illusion that happiness can come from the outside. This cost is indeed very expensive. It causes us to live a life of ignorance of our true wealth, of our true treasure. Guruji diagnoses the problem. Our mind is asleep in the ignorance of illusion or Maya. Psychologically, Maya makes us feel that it is possible to obtain happiness from worldly things. E Maya, jit har visre, moh upje pau duja laya. This is Maya, illusion, which makes us forget God, builds up attachment, and causes love of duality and worldliness. Through reading and understanding Sukhmani Sahib, we see how Maya has made the mind miserable. What is the medication that Guruji prescribes? This medicine is Naam, or the name of God. Sarab rog ka aukhad naam. For all diseases, the medicine is God's name. Just as the poison of Maya makes the mind go to sleep, the medicine of Naam awakens the mind to its true treasure, the constant presence of God within. The mind then realizes that no more material possessions will add to its happiness, because true happiness is always present within. This happiness is so perfect, so genuine, that nothing can be added to it. It is not that the person engaged in worldly pleasures is not seeking happiness. They are also seeking happiness and freedom from misery, but they are doing it in a way that will only bind them further. Someone who reads Sukhmani Sahib and follows the path of Gurbani also seeks happiness, but they do so in a way that goes to the very source of happiness and frees them from all doubt and illusion. Sukhmani Sukh Amrit Prabh Naam. This is the Rahau or central idea of Sukhmani Sahib. The pearl of peace or Sukhmani is God's immortal name, Bhagat Janake Man Bisram, and it dwells in the minds of the devotees of God.